Hello. Welcome to
Sorry.
Xbox Tavern, Xpod Tavern, episode 45th. I am Jamie, and I'm once again joined by Ian.
Hello.
The man, the million man, as we're going to call him from now on. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Graham.
Hello.
And Scottish Gruff Ross.
Hello.
How are we all, gentlemen?
Fantastic.
I am very good, thank you. Yourself?
Wonderful. Happy birthday, Ian, for the other day.
Happy birthday as well, good sir.
And congratulations on the million again. Finally got your millionth gamer score point.
Yep, finally can retire now in peace.
You say that.
I
saw you get coerced by our good friend Kaninch into contemplating the 2 million already.
That's because you just want easy free games.
It took about 20 seconds for you to go, well, actually,
maybe.
Could I?
Maybe if I.
So you can go to, what's your Twitch? Is twitch.tv/Nutty Ray.
Nutty Ray, yeah, standard Nutty Ray.
You can go and watch the full hour-long attempt there to get the million. You teasing bastard.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't have made that shit show of a title.
He was threatening to make Language of Love his millionth gamer score point.
That's a rough
one.
one.
He finished it and he was like, "Oh, there's 10 left."
Oh.
So you'll have to watch his video. Yeah, go check it out. It's very entertaining. And yes, cool. Graham, all right?
Yeah, not bad. I've been playing a few bits completed to this week as well, which is more than done this year.
This year or any other year. And Ross, you all right? You having a wonderful weekend?
Yes, it's been nice to get some proper gaming done this weekend. It's been a while.
Video games.
No, you've been hanging around with Dan too much.
Yeah, I know. Dan cracking the whip on everything he wants me to.
Can I just give everyone a heads up ahead of? Are we going to be talking about Football Manager again?
Yes, we are.
Okay, you can skip to about the 50-minute mark at this point then.
Some deep dives into the season. It's fantastic.
Cool. Well, look forward to that. We'll get to that very shortly, no doubt. But very quickly, we'll do some quick plug-in, as we always like to do at the beginning. So as I said, we're Xbox Tavern. You find us at xboxtavern.com, or you can watch this or listen to YouTube. This podcast on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Xbox Tavern Official, as well as podcast services the world over. And we find us on Twitter at Xbox Tavern. And we have got a special advert we're partnered with our good friends at MANSCAPED, promoting the Lawnmower 4.0. As you can see with the lovely t-shirt. You can get 20% off using our code Xbox720. And now, listen to this.
What went wrong?
Or don't listen to this.
Oh, sorry. We'll get there.
Do the old-fashioned way. This podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. MANSCAPED offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. MANSCAPED just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. So join over 2 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimised trimmer that makes shaving time your favourite time in the bathroom. It's time to get your own ball hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code XboxTavern20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Lovely. So thank you very much, Manscaped, for partnering with us and letting us check out the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. And, well, it's good stuff. Right. So, video games.
Who wants to live manscaping now?
Yes. Yeah, no, as I said to you before we started, I know the ad's kind of over, but I was quite impressed. Quite impressed indeed. Very much I won't share too many details.
Let's go to.
I mean, this was going to go into an after dark special.
Let's wait for
after the
Xbox
watershed.
7 After Dark. When we eventually launch that one, we can talk about it there. Right. So, other than shaving parts of our body, let's talk about the video games we've been playing and the news associated with them. So we're going to kick off with our main story, which is THQ Nordic will announce 6 new games for its 10th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 10 years already since THQ Nordic was brought back around. But that doesn't sound right to me. I'm sure it's only been a couple of years, but
I thought it was longer.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it was THQ before and they shit the bed. And then was it the Embracer Group sort of brought them back and revitalized the THQ Nordic name. But yeah, so 10 years apparently it's been. And they're going to announce 6 new games, including new installments in legendary franchises that apparently fans have been waiting decades for. It's being shown on the 17th of September at 8 p.m. in the UK or 5 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm reading this from Eurogame, I should have said, sorry. It'll be fronted by Jeff Keighley, of course, because he is the man who does everything.
He does fucking everything, doesn't he?
And they've got a shit ton of companies and games under their sort of umbrella, because obviously, as I said, the Embracer Group own THQ Nordic as well as several other sort of parent or not partner companies, as it were. And the list they've got here is they've got Destroy All Humans, the company that does the Black Forest games, Wreckfest Studio, Bugbear Entertainment, Darksiders 3 Outfit, Gunfire Games, Risen Maker Piranha Bytes, and Purple Lamp Studios of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated fame. And they're also going to announce new details on the previously announced Elix 2, which I believe you quite enjoyed the first one, Gray, is that right?
Yeah, it was all right. You could tell it wasn't sort of a super AAA, but it was good enough.
Yeah, it was decent. I did a review of it back in the day, and it was passable. I think you enjoyed it more than I did, but yeah, so they're going to announce new details for that. Is there anything anyone would like to see from this? I mean, I think probably the main one. I don't know if anyone has sort of seen before, but they kind of teased the Time Splitters revival or remake or remaster or something.
That'd be interesting.
Time Splitters is a good game.
That would probably be one of the best or one of the bigger ones I would have thought for them to show, especially if it's legendary franchises that people are waiting decades for. That's kind of fits the bill perfectly. But is there anything else anyone fancies them announcing soon?
I'm thinking we might see Darksiders 4, purely because loads of times when games with gold, there's normally a game comes afterwards. And obviously Darksiders 3 was games with gold recently, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This month or last month, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe Darksiders 4 just to obviously tease, because I think that always happens normally. When something goes games with gold, you normally sometimes see it appear as a...
Are you a Darksiders fan, Ian? I know me and Ross are quite into it.
Honestly, I can't say I've played them. So, but that's just my kind of take from it.
Yeah, the first two were
really
really
good, actually.
Yeah. The first one was
really
kind of like the first two, I suppose, were kind of like Zelda, almost like when they would sort of action RPG areas, sort of going back and forth, kind of like Metroidvania style. So you get new powers and lets you go to new areas and stuff.
Okay.
But the third one was more like a Dark Souls style game, and it wasn't very good, really, especially compared to the other two.
Okay.
Is it a bit of a cop out that they've got like the WWE franchise in Saints Row as well, when that was recently kind of announced?
THQ? Oh yeah, THQ.
Saints Row, yes. THQ is not WWE ain't THQ.
No, it's 2K, isn't it?
2K's WWE.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's still they were part of it.
No.
Although not for much
No,
longer
yeah.
if apparently this next one flops, is apparently the next warning sign.
Oh yeah, the last one was a bit of a shit show, wasn't it?
Shit show's being polite.
Yeah.
Bring back SmackDown vs Raw.
Yeah, a slight tangent as we're talking about. Yeah, the new one is apparently shaping up really well, according to obviously people who've played it and probably part of the development team. Yeah, apparently it's really showing up nicely. So we're getting it in March, I think it was, wasn't it? They announced March or April.
Actually out?
March or April, I think they said next year, but there's no specific date yet.
Okay. Taking their time with it, though.
Yeah. So getting back to THQ, obviously, as we said, they got Wreckfest. I'd quite like to see a newer version of that, perhaps. Kingdoms of Amalur, we reckon, was their one they re-released recently.
Desperados 4.
As well as Darksiders, obviously, like you said.
Yeah, who played Desperados? I played the third one. That was really good.
That come to Game Pass last year, didn't it?
It has come to Game Pass, yeah. I did it when I was on the PC for a bit.
Yeah.
It's quite cool, actually, because it's like Graham's favourite franchise, stealth, but also a bit of real-time strategy.
Yeah, it's like top-down, like isometric style view, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You've got to kind of move up, kind of be like, you can't just move in the open and go, oh, look, I'm here.
Yeah.
Go right time, take your time.
Yeah. They also got Red Faction. I don't know if it's time for a new Red Faction yet or not.
Just you and me, Minor.
I'd be game for that.
What was the last one they did? I know they remastered 3, but was it Gorilla?
Gorilla, I'm sure was the last one, wasn't it?
And that was a long time ago, so
That
we could be due
wasn't
for we could be due for a new Red faction that hopefully ups the physics game as well as brings actually a fun game behind it, not just
remaster 1 and 2. Job done.
There's that. I mean, yeah,
But they said new games, didn't they? So it might be a new franchise, maybe we'll see.
yeah, they said new, and then obviously including new installments in legendary franchises. So hopefully a bit of a mix of both. Destroy Humans, did that take anyone's fancy at all?
No, I can't say it has for me.
No.
I mean, I played again the little sort of up-stuff version they re-released not long ago, but even that, I couldn't stay with it.
Never really caught my attention, that one, for some reason.
It might have been because it had some stealth elements in it, and that already put me off.
You know, you love a bit of stealth.
You love a
eh?
bit of stealth, yeah.
No one loves to be stealth.
Everyone loves a bit of stealth.
This is the Police, Gray. Did you play the first one? Was
This
that
is
the
the
one you
Police.
played? This is the Police.
That rings a bell, does.
It's like another like XCOM style game.
I don't think that was me.
What was the one we played then? Oh no, we played Rebel Outlaw, didn't we?
Yeah.
I did this as the Police on PC. Yeah, this.
No, I think I
was
tried this as the
old.
Police, but yeah, the one I'm thinking of sort of is Rebel. But yeah, that could be quite good to get another one of them.
I say old, it's 5 years ago, but still feels
Yeah.
old.
And yeah, so there's plenty of games, and obviously Biomutant this year. I doubt we'll get any news on the sequel for that somehow, but maybe some DLC or something. I don't know if you've obviously finished it. Would there be room for DLC?
Oh yeah. There's so much that you can do out there. So adding on something new will appease a lot of people, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's just such a nice world to run around in anyway. So just adding more stuff just keeps the adventure alive.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get some interesting things. Like I said, personally for me, I'd like to see a Darksiders 4, like Ian said. But going back to the old style, the original 1 and 2 style, not whatever they did with 3. What about yourself, Ross? Is there anything in particular you'd like?
Probably in the same mindset as you. I know Darksiders would be right up my street. Loved the first 2. Third one was a wee bit, But definitely if they bring it Darksiders again, then that's probably day 1 for me because I really like the games.
I'll take a Wreckfest too as well. Was it?
Yeah.
I think you played the first. The first one was awesome. I thought I'd pretty good fun of that. So I'll definitely take the second one if they bring a second one out.
Yeah, those destruction physics were great, smashing the shit out of everyone.
It's brought classic good old Destruction Derby vibes.
Yeah. I'd like to just whack it onto 100% like realistic damage and just see if I can last.
Oh yeah,
like 10 seconds.
yeah, exactly. Just straightforward. How long can I last? But if you crash into a car straight away, not that long.
Did you play it? I can't remember the name of the level, but there's a massive wide open one that's got so many different like ramps and spinning things in there. I did that with however many bots you can have, and I must have only lasted about 15 seconds before I had to limp my way around because they were just smashing each other. I was like, please just finish me off. Please.
I went to the one like lawnmower races. They were funny. You just go flying.
Oh, I think Graham's bored to tears already. Graham, you love a bit of Wreckfest.
Graham looks like he's lost.
I know.
I was looking at the Duke controller. The next.
He's skipping
Spoilers?
Skipping ahead. Come on, man.
All right, well, since you brought it up, Gray, we've done with THQ. So, yeah, so just for a quick reminder, Thursday, the 17th of September at 8 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, or 12 p.m. Pacific. And we will know then whether there's anything decent coming from THQ. I mean, yeah, they're not the biggest publisher in the world, although they have got about 1,000 studios in there under their name. So it's possible they might have 1 or 2 decent games. All right, as Graham alluded to, Hyperkin, the controller manufacturer who recently released, well, I say recently, it must have been a couple of years ago at this point, the Duke controller for the Xbox One, have announced the Hyperkin Duke Xbox 20th Anniversary Edition for the Series X and S and Windows 10. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you can put it up on the screen at all, Russ, but if you haven't seen it, it basically is the original Xbox controller, the big bad boy, the one that everybody thinks weighs £1 million and can't possibly be comfortable to use.
Take someone's head off.
Yeah, so it's got that. It looks identical. I believe they use the exact same sort of modeling and stuff. It's got the same button layouts. It's even got little black and white buttons like it used to. Although it does actually feature bumpers, I believe, as well, whereas the original one didn't. But the main thing here is in the middle, there used to be just a little, like a plastic dual with the Xbox logo in it. Whereas on this version, it actually is a little LCD screen which will play the Xbox startup animation when you turn the console on, which is not going to solve cancer, but I think it's pretty nifty little touch. It's it'd be something really cool to look at, and they're doing it in white and black, and the black one's got a really cool sort of green Xbox green accented D-pad, as well as the top where the memory card and stuff used to slot into the old Xbox controllers. So yes, it looks interesting. It says it's available quarter four 2021. That's the one. That's pretty nifty looking at. Yeah, anybody have any interest in picking one of these bad boys up?
I mean, the nostalgia side of me wants it, but at the same time, it would probably just be like for display purposes.
Yeah.
It would just sort of sit there being like, this is badass, this is really cool, but the Xbox controller is the most ergonomic, best designed controller that you can buy. Why would you want to go back?
Do you mean this one by any chance?
Yeah, so as cool as it looks, yeah, as awesome as it looks, it's a gimmick and it's cool to have, but I don't see it being like a daily driver.
No, I mean the LCD screen piques my interest, but all that means is it's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's got a detachable.
Depends how much it's going to be, yeah. But
Type-C cable and things like that on it as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's awesome, but definitely more of a gimmick thing, I would say.
Did anybody, any of you three, I should say, not anybody. Well, if you had this the same issue, let us know back on the comments on Twitter at Xbox Tavern and one in the YouTube comments. But I always found the Xbox original controller to be really comfortable to use.
I kind of agree with you, actually. I like
Oh yeah, it's comfortable. It's just like from the 360 onwards, the controller's like perfect the way that you would hold it. But
you've got small hands.
Yeah, those were mammoth ones.
The baby heads.
Ridiculous controls. Like the Dreamcast one was a bit of a mammoth as well.
I think that's why I liked it, because it was very reminiscent of the Dreamcast one.
Just bring back the Nintendo 64 controller. It's fine.
that was dread. Wow. That's because they loved inverted stuff.
Yeah, I think I like all those sort of weird controllers like that, and the Wii remote and the even the little Joy-Cons and stuff. I like stuff like that. But I always really enjoyed the Duke. Just the weight you feel of it, the big, you could lead a small army to help you lift it up, but it was good. I always liked it.
I like it. Yeah, I wouldn't certified big boy.
Yes, damn right. I very nearly bought, because as I said, they released it for the Xbox One a couple of years ago, and I nearly bought one then, but I wasn't really. Well, I don't need a new controller now, but I might be tempted, depending on how much it is.
I think that's my go. How much it is? I want a new controller, so it depends how much it is. If I could, this Beastie Boy, I've seen it's McCaffrey stole my fucking idea, and I don't want to buy one
now. You still better about that?
Oh, beer.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there was about eight other people I saw with the same idea at the same time, and I'm sure there are plenty more of that. But yeah, we'll blame him. It's fine. So when it comes out, hopefully might look at getting one if it's not too expensive, and then we can do a little showcase. But yeah, that little screen's pretty cool. It'd be nice if they had it for something else, like the VMU on the Dreamcast, like you said, Graham. It used to be able to get like your health on the screen, or you could have a little extra details and stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. But
it'd be like gimmicky.
There's no way
that'd be cool.
No way. Yeah, they're not going to go out the way to do it for that. But yeah, that looks pretty cool, and it'd be nice to have that sort of big chunky bad. But what would be really cool would be if they include the cable so you could use it on the old Xbox. But I don't think that's going to happen somehow.
No.
Yeah, so we'll check that later this year, hopefully. And then let's move on to next one. So the man Aaron Greenberg was interviewed by someone. I can't see it. Was him about Starfield, this little game. I don't know if you've heard of it. Everybody's very excited about it, and some people on a certain platform are very upset that they're not going to be able to play it. But they keep holding on to hope that they will be able to, even though Xbox has said time and time again, you're not going to be able to. It's going to be on Xbox only. And the quote I've got here is, there are Xbox brands that exist on other platforms first and foremost. I think it's important to note. Minecraft didn't just stop existing on anything once Mojang got bought by Xbox. Hines said. Oh, sorry, Pete Hines, not Aaron Greenberg, sorry. This is from Pete Hines. It's not a sorry you're never going to get to play anything with Bethesda again. Certainly there are going to be things that you're not going to be able to play on PlayStation. And then he mentioned how Starfield was announced as an Xbox exclusive, but he suggested that the door might not be shut on other Bethesda games coming to PlayStation in some capacity. Starfield, it was announced as a thing that's an Xbox exclusive. I don't know if I would go as far to say is you're ever done playing stuff on PlayStation, but again, I don't know the answer right now. And then Aaron Greenberg down here in the replies to this on Twitter was saying Starfield will be launching exclusively on Xbox Series X in November 11, 2022 for Game Pass. I know we have said this before, and none of that has or will change. So basically, PS fans are still going, give us Starfield, and they're going, we told you already. You just fucking listen. You're not getting it. You buy an Xbox.
You've got to see the hypocrisy in that for the PlayStation fans. Oh, Xbox never had any good exclusive games. Yeah. Oh, Xbox gets a good exclusive game. Bring it to PlayStation. Fuck off.
Yeah.
No, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just like, just because the PlayStation's more popular console doesn't matter. No. You know, if you want to play a game, buy their console.
Yeah. As many people said, they didn't spend $7.5 billion to be like, oh, you can have it as well. So,
yeah, it's fucking sheer hypocrisy for you.
And it's like, oh, why can't you just say it's like a timed exclusive? It is coming to PlayStation. It's like, that's not how money and marketing works.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally getting a Bethesda exclusive this month in Deathloop.
Yeah.
So, and then when it comes to Xbox, well, we had it first. Yeah. Oh, I'll just give it a credence to these Twitter.
The ultimate mug off and say it is a times release, but when it is released, but at 3 times the price.
Yeah.
If you want it, that's the price you have to pay.
If you want it on PlayStation, you have to buy an Xbox and play it.
Yeah.
Then you play on a PlayStation.
Yeah. Just to make the cloud gaming via PlayStation. So you have to play it that way.
Well, be good though, so that you don't have to. Once you buy your Xbox, it's fine. We won't ask you to buy the game once you buy it. Just buy your Xbox, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So again, this is just a certain subset, I should say, of PlayStation fans on places like Twitter, which is obviously known for its rational thinking and well-rounded debates, still adamant that someday they'll get a copy of Starfield on their console when they clearly won't, because the image he's attached has got the Starfield logo and it literally in big bold letters says Xbox exclusive. You can make it any bigger on that image.
It would appear also that obviously a bit further down the pipeline and not everything's confirmed about it yet, but don't expect to see Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation either, apparently. So
no, that's the thing in it. There's no way in hell will they put Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation.
Their biggest franchise that Bethesda have, and they're not.
They probably spoke about it. They went, "Yeah, no, we bought you for a reason."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We didn't give you all of this Wonga just for you to go. Yeah, but we could still do Skyrim on PlayStation. No.
Yeah, that's the thing that they said about like legacy titles will still be supported on other platforms, didn't they? Which means releasing Skyrim again and again and again.
Yeah, they'll keep making money that way.
But yeah, I don't see them bringing after Deathloop is out and what was the other one, Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah. I don't see them bringing anything to PlayStation.
Nope.
Unless someone really wants to stump up some money for it, but
yeah, unless Xbox are getting some sort of deal from Sony to let them do it, it's not happening.
Yeah, you're right.
And obviously they've been embroiled in their own controversy with their own next gen games at the minute as it is. So can you imagine the shit show if someone was like, "Oh, we're going to put Last of Us on Xbox"? Like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's an exclusive. Give us Bethesda games." We can't have it. I don't like it. I just want to have everything in there.
It's not, obviously, it's not, we're not bashing Sony. PlayStation's a fantastic console, but the press that they've got recently is not looking too hot for them. The new PlayStation 5 that they're bringing out is worse than the original gen. And then...
Not to mention the Horizon shit.
Then Horizon... Not getting apparently they've done a U-turn on that now. You are now getting the free upgrade from PS4 to PS5, but
okay,
coming out with it originally just going no you're not on one of your biggest exclusives is a bit of a
it wasn't even just no you weren't. It was originally they said you would, and then they backtracked it and hoped no one noticed, and rightly so. Everyone gave them shit, but
on a game that you've already had to massively delay as well, try and restore a bit of good faith by saying here you go, have it for a free upgrade.
So so get your free upgrade of Horizon Forbidden West, and you can't play Starfield now.
But you realise when that game comes out, all you'll get is Yeah, but it's not that good a game anyway. Look at it. It doesn't
Well,
even look
yeah,
that good.
That's the thing. I mean, to be fair, it might not be. We don't know yet, but yeah, them kicking off as they do. Again, it's just that subset of Twitter who are just a massive pile of dickheads. So, one more quick one. This will keep, please, Ian, not Alan, but we're talking about Alan Wake Remastered. Popped up on various retailer websites with a 5th of October release date. Scheduled for Xbox and PlayStation 4 and 5.
I do need
so,
to.
You know, they're getting something.
I do need to sort of pull up on a point just when I'm seeing this. Jay, why did you say that this game wasn't a masterpiece?
Because I didn't like it very much.
Fuck off, mate. This is a 10 out of 10 game.
Oh, I'm in between. I'm not saying it was shite, but I was.
It was fucking spectacular.
Fucking amazing. 10 out of 10 game.
It was unbelievably good. It was one of the greatest games I've ever played.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
The only thing I've got in my head is that the game with the fanny with the flashlight. That's all I've got running through my head.
Yes.
No.
And you have to point the flashlight at the weird beings.
Yeah.
You just wish it was a flashlight, that's why.
Exactly.
It'd make the game more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. For whatever reason, I just could never get on with it. I might admittedly, I didn't finish it. I only got, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 hours in, but it just didn't.
Fucking beautiful, mate.
But actually, that's probably. I don't even think I got that far, to be honest. But
thing is, for the age as well,
even the both DLCs
are
amazing. Yeah, for the age game, and it's great DLC. Some of the best DLCs for a game. Oh yeah, such a good game.
Yeah, so it could be
DLC like better batteries or something.
Yeah, better batteries.
Wasn't it American Nightmare? Was that the DLC? Or was that
no? That was another standalone arcade game.
But the game was sort of been fixed with a dynamo lantern. It shines in all directions, and I can keep it going. Game over. Cheat mode.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It had like products placement left, right, and centre in it, but we'll see if it's still in this remastered version. Which again, October 5th is the rumored thing, according to some Taiwanese shoplifting for again Xbox and PlayStation console. So we shall see. Yeah, if you like Alan Wake, good for you. Got a month to go. A month today, hopefully.
That was an Xbox exclusive as well, wasn't it? So I'm
it was, yes.
Fans like, oh, look at us, we've got a game.
Exactly. Now they're like, oh, we got Alan Wake now, so now you have to give us Starfield. Okay, well.
Sure wait 10, 15 years.
That's how it works, yeah. When they re-release Starfield every 5 years, then they can play it then at some point. Okay, cool. So Alan Wake, a new big boy controller, exclusive Starfield stuff. Oh, we missed one. Sorry, let's just do this one real quick because I can't believe that this isn't still a thing. CD Projekt Red. I said they can't say with full certainty that its next gen Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 updates will arrive this year. But they're still aiming for this year. Again, it's come from Eurogamer. They announced that obviously it's supposed to be by the end of the year. They're getting them upgrade the quite frankly shoddy Cyberpunk to next gen hardware. And now they've admitted that it might not even happen. I know, Ian, you were waiting for the next gen version to finish all the other endings, weren't you?
Oh no, I got bored and did all the endings.
Oh, you did them? Okay, fair enough. I know I was waiting for it to.
I got too excited towards the end. I was like, no, I have to do this. Especially when I mentioned the first engine I got, I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, I've got to see the others. So yeah.
What about yourself, Rush? You haven't even started it, have you?
I've been holding off on Cyberpunk because I'm waiting on the next gen upgrades. So yes.
Looks like people like yourself might be waiting even longer.
You don't need to. I think the Xbox Series version is the best version of all the versions they brought out.
Yeah.
So the reality is you don't need to wait too much.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm a big fan of CD Projekt Red, so they've got a bit more leniency from me, so I'm quite happy to wait. I mean, and I seen how well supported Witcher 3 was, and all the free DLC they threw it for that, and then when obviously they done the first next gen upgrade, it was free. Then they done Xbox Series X enhanced idea, which was free to do higher frame rates. And now, obviously, the next one that they're doing, including the DLC that's coming alongside it, to run alongside the Netflix show, that's going to be free as well. So for a company that throws that much free stuff and free DLC and upgrades at you, I'm willing to give them the benefit of doubt and wait a bit longer for the Cyberpunk and Witcher stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you say it wasn't that bad, Ian. It wasn't that bad, but it definitely could have been a lot better in terms of some of the
I mean,
issues
but it
and
still
stuff.
didn't ruin my gameplay and enjoyment of the game. The storyline was still fantastic. I still had fun with it. I only come up with like maybe 1 or 2 bugs. And it wasn't that game breaking. It was something like it was ruining my life.
Yeah, no, I definitely hit a few. Nothing necessarily, as you said, that broke the game necessarily, but definitely required me turning it off and on again, or loading from earlier save, or just meaning I got stuck in the wall for 5 minutes or something.
So it's just weird 'cause I never got anything like that, which was just bizarre.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, I got all this. The only one I had was when I got into a car once and I was in the passenger seat, whereas when I've been in the driving seat. And that was the only the main big breaking bug I had. But even that wasn't that fucking drama.
Yeah, I think, well, like you said, the Series X was definitely the best way to play it, but anyone on sort of any lesser platform definitely.
I think it's even on the PlayStation Store still yet, is it? It's been still off the PlayStation Store for a while.
Did they not put it up on the
was
PlayStation
gonna say, I
Store, but recommend that it wasn't
Yeah.
for PS4 users?
Oh,
Yeah.
was that what it was?
I'm
Okay.
sure they done-
Exactly what Xbox did, didn't they? They put a disclaimer saying this might not run very well if you're using older Xbox hardware type thing.
I mean, the
or
thing is, how
PlayStation
long can they expect to support previous generations of the consoles? They can't expect it to last forever.
Yeah.
It's
They
going to
they should have just not bothered putting it back up for that. Just put it up for PS5 when
Yeah.
it was ready.
like sort of Starfield's ripping the band-aid off here because that's going to be Series X only or Series X, Series S.
Well,
So-
but I think Bethesda said more of their future games are going to be series exclusive now.
Yeah,
or
it just
PC.
it has to go that way. I get it sucks for people who don't have the next gen console, but it's
But at some point, you've got to, haven't you? I mean,
It's
Exactly.
almost
like-
going to have been out for a year, isn't it? Well, you imagine once that year's up, it's going to have to be next gen only ones.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to kind of go with the times. I know it's shit, but
I mean, I get that obviously they're maybe a wee bit slower in doing what they plan on doing because obviously the stock issues and things like that, and people not maybe being able to get their hands on it. So I get why there's maybe a wee bit of a longer delay on not including the previous gens just now. But once the stock levels start going back to normal, they've got to start cutting out the previous gens because you don't want to hold back a game just because you have to worry about making sure it runs perfectly on every version.
anyway, if we go by Jamie and if he experienced a bug in the game, it'd be 4 years later he'll complete it.
I finished it. Thank you very much.
Oh, you finished? Okay.
Yeah. I finished it. I did hit quite a few issues on my way. What about you, Greg? Because you've obviously finished it and reviewed it.
Yeah.
Were you waiting to do the endings? I forget, or have you done them all as well?
I've done 2 of them. I was hoping there'll be like a bit more content and just to play it through with the new sort of gen version of it to get a sort of how it was supposed to or intended to be in its specified perfection rate. So I might just go for it again as a different character and play it through slightly differently maybe, and then just try and go for a different ending.
Yeah, I mean, one of you guys there's 3 factions in there, so
Yeah.
that's a good way to do it. If there's like an extra ending or something different, I might pay for it again because I've got mop up the achievements, even though I'm
Yeah.
retired.
I wouldn't want to sort of play halfway through. It's almost a waste to wait for that next gen just to play the ending bit. So
Yeah, I know.
might as well experience a bit more of it.
That's fair
But by
enough.
the
So-
time it comes out, it'll almost be like playing a brand new game again. By
yeah, I was going
the
to say,
time it comes out.
the amount of
Yeah,
time you
exactly.
have to wait, you might as well start again just so you can remember what's going on. Yeah,
If they
so
put a brand new achievement list, I might dabble.
you just
Still
can't-
not done, are you?
No,
you're just
I-
getting that twitch now, and you're like, oh, I've done it, but
I could do
more.
it again.
I could do more.
Oh.
It ain't taken 12 years. I could do another. I could do it. I could do it.
In half the time now. Now shit games are out now.
You mean easy achievement games?
Yeah, unfortunately there is.
But yeah, so hopefully this year still. I was surprised that they're still saying Witcher and Cyberpunk for this year because I thought they would have done one first and then the other, after. But if they're trying to do both, no wonder they're fucking struggling. Because that's got to be a hell of a lot of work to try and up spuff both of them at the same time. But yeah, so maybe this year, but probably not. I wouldn't hold hope for it.
I think
Still a
with the
fantastic game. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I think with the success of the Witcher show has maybe prompted them to go, shit, we need to try and cash in on this and get more players back into playing the game.
True. When is the new show out? Is it this year?
December? November?
Okay. So they're definitely going to want to try and hit that, really, aren't they, for the Witcher DLC?
Sure, it's the tail end of this year.
upgrade,
It's
so.
coming back.
Yeah, we shall see. But in the meantime, we should play some video games, and we should talk about things that we enjoy about video games, such as our video game 30-day, 30-week, 30-game video game challenge, which is what day are we in now? 27.
27.
Which is the most epic scene ever. I must admit, Graham, why? Well, I must admit, I struggled to think of something for this because there's lots out. Well,
your
lots
one
out
was
there.
quite disappointing, so we might as well do yours first, thing as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the scene, it's the most epic scene ever. I can't remember if I just said it or not. And the first one that jumped to mind, and I must admit, I didn't give it much thought after this, was a level in Sonic Forces, which I meant to look the name of, I've forgotten, but it basically plays the main thing called Fist Bump, and you just pelt along at 1,000,000 miles an hour with your extra character, and you're doing all the good, cinematic jumping and bouncing off stuff, and then you run up the side of a pyramid, shoot up into the air, and fall down just as like the crescendo of the music plays, and it gives me goosebumps every time I play it. I love it. So I chose that because it was a fantastic level.
Every single game you've ever played, and that was the highlight of the best thing you've ever seen on a game.
I had so many I could think of.
That was just the first thing that popped into my head, and even now, just thinking about it, I was like, that was really awesome. Once you get past that opening bit, the level is a bit, whatever, it's a regular Sonic level, but just that opening, it was just awesome. Combined with the music and the visuals and the speed, I loved it. I love a bit of Sonic. But now that I've got my disappointing answer out the way, what about yourself, Ian, then?
So apart from my favorite game of all time, Legend Dragoon, so any cutscene in that is awesome. The two main ones I have to say would be in the GameCube version of Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, the Snake versus Sniper Wolf. That's got an epic scene where it's basically, imagine it, Sniper Wolf shoots the gun out of Snake's hands, so it drops on the floor. Then Snake does a backflip, kicks the gun in the air, grabs the gun, and does a 360 no scope and kills her.
Sounds pretty epic.
That, and also, but the best one has to be is Portal 2 shooting the portal at the moon. Spoilers.
That's a good shout. Well, it's not spoilers because you haven't got the context yet. Now you can spoil it.
But yeah, but obviously the cutscene at the end where obviously Wheatley shouting with you saying you've got no hope, no help, and how you're going to die. I've won, and obviously go ahead. She shoots the portal at the moon. Goes all fucking crazy. Got the space thing and that whole
space. I want to go space. I want to go space. I want to go space. What a fantastic game! I can't believe Graham still doesn't like Portal.
Portal 2 is fucking fantastic, and that scene just tops it all off of how they're going to finish it all. Graham looks like about to kill himself.
Straight from the arse, straight into the toilet. Portal.
So good. I think we need to have like some sort of intervention and make him play them again.
Portal's fantastic.
Just play Portal, both of them are amazing. Portal 2, best sequel, Portal 2.
Did you ever play 2? I know you didn't like number
1.
one.
I played 2. I didn't finish 1. I think I finished 2 because Stephen Merchant made it a bit more pleasant, but it's still tedious, fanny work with portals.
Outrageous. Outrageous.
This whole storytelling was brilliant. In fact, they took the piss out of her that she can't speak and all that stuff like that.
This is the last week or the week before, where it was like at the beginning when it goes, say apple, and you press A to say apple, and you jump.
And you jump,
okay, that was a jump. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's cool. We'll leave that slide. And the bit where he goes trying to kill you and goes, do you mind just coming back in there, please? That's what I was meant you to trying to kill you. Come on, just come back, please. And then you go back and it kills. Oh, thank you.
Wonderful. What a brilliant writing and brilliant, brilliant puzzles and the most epic scene according to Ian.
There we go.
What about yourself then, Gray? What's your choice of scene?
Yeah, I had a few memorable ones. The Jill sandwich being one of them.
Jill sandwich?
Just one that lives long in the memory. There's a few on Halo as well when we first sort of played the original ones of those. But the one that the big old sort of the twist and moment was the reveal in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah, it was the biggest spoiler of that first one, or the Darth Revan twist, where you go through all being a Jedi or with Sith tendencies, and then you go to find out that the big bad person was yourself. and you lost your memory, and then you had the choice to make whether you lean on the good side or the bad side, or the light side and the dark side, as it may be. But yeah, it's one of those twists that you actually didn't actually see coming.
I was going to say, it seems sort of trite now, doesn't it? But it really was
Yeah.
out of nowhere and sort of caught everyone off guard. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was really good.
You've
really
seen
good.
that kind of style copied further down the line, but that's the first one that real properly had it. So the what if.
Yeah, and it was done really well, like you said. Like you had no idea it was coming because they up until then they were telling you Revan was dead, I believe, when he died X amount of years ago and all this sort of stuff, and then you had no reason to even contemplate that you were actually playing as him.
I mean, it was scenes and twists like that from sort of the writer for BioWare that sort of paved the way for some of the stuff I see going ahead from them in the forwards, like from Mass Effect and all of the others from them.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was definitely my most memorable scene. It's quite epic.
It is epic indeed. And what about yourself, Ross?
Mass Effect 2 opening scene. So you've defeated Sovereign, you've saved the Citadel, you're the hero, you're expecting to fly out into the world facing the Reapers.
You made love to Garrus.
If you've made love to Garrus or Liara, or if only. Sitting there and you're cruising along, Joker's sitting at the helm, everything looks all nice and coosty. Next thing you know, collector shit comes flying in, starts blowing up the Normandy, and you think everybody's on the escape pod, just fantastic. And then next thing you know, Shepard's being exploded clean out the side of the Normandy, plummeting down, air gushing out the back of his helmet, plummeting down planet side, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? How did the main character of the series just get blown out of a spaceship and hurtled towards a planet? What? This was not where I seen this game going. It's like, is this almost like you're playing as a secondary character in Mass Effect 2? Shepard's no longer relevant, and it's like, what the fuck, man?
That was sort of almost on par with what Gray was saying about Star Wars, Knights of the Republic, where it just come out of nowhere. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was. Again,
No
at the beginning, you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck's going on? Like, what?
It wasn't like you had done a mission and then this happened. It was like you turned the game on, first cutscene. Fuck, what the hell? Break us in gently, why don't you?
Yeah.
How can they up the ante from the first one? And that's how they do it, straight from the off.
They never do it with 3.
3 wasn't a bad game.
I like 3.
Poor ending.
Yeah, I like 3 and its ending, to be honest.
I don't think like the ending. The ending was poor.
Definitely,
the game was alright.
Definitely had one of the best gameplays in it.
Yeah,
the gameplay
I enjoyed
was
like the run up to the end, where they chatting to everyone and sort of seeing all the results of your conversations and that, and then the actual end, admittedly, was a little bit let down, but leading up to it, I thought was really good. So Shepard got blown out of a spaceship. Then he gets. How does he get saved again? So that's what the Invisible Man does. Is the Invisible Man?
Elusive
Man. Sorry, not invisible.
Invisible Man.
I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Elusive Can't man, see me somewhere around.
It's John Cena saving.
John Cena.
Happy days. Cool. All right. So now that we've done that, we'll carry on. We've only got a couple of days left. So if anybody listening out there has got any ideas for something to replace this, perhaps some sort of weekly question or something, feel free to send them in at Xbox Tavern on Twitter or in the comments below, or there's contact details all over the place. You can find us. Send us your questions and
send us your ideas.
Read them out. Yeah. And then we'll go from there. I should have said really at the beginning. Sorry, Dan's not here this week. He's been struck down by the lurgy. So get well soon.
The Rona.
I hope you're feeling better.
We love you, Dan.
You didn't look very well yesterday, but you're double jabbed as you should be. So
it did look like it was on a heavy night.
It looked like you had a rough night of it.
You'll pull through shortly.
Hashtag pray for Dan.
Exactly.
Hashtag old man Dan.
Send at Chocolate Bear 80 on Twitter some love. And no gifts of Clementine. Leave him in peace for a couple of days at least.
Give him some time to recover. He is properly dying.
He's old,
Yeah. No, he'll do it.
Send him vouchers for Zimmer frames.
Yeah, he's going to need something. I mean, without going into too much graphic details, it was body sore, temperatures going up and down like a something Snickers, and I'm nauseous, and I feel like I don't escape the bathroom. Was the washed up proper version of what he sent me about it. So I was like, yeah, you enjoy that, bud.
Yeah, you get well soon.
So get well soon, bud. See you next week.
Damn right, and then you can
Thinks
tell us
it's an
about all the
excuse to go
games.
from his
you've-
missus.
Exactly.
All right, so we get on to what we've been playing this week, then, gentlemen.
Woohoo!
Let's do it.
So we just very quickly, I know we decided last week, thanks to the Twitter poll, that we're going to be playing Psychonauts 2 for Game Pass this week, Project Game Pass. Has anybody started it yet? I haven't even attempted it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't even
Literally-
installed it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
that's fine.
I haven't
installed
installed
it.
of course.
I've been busy with my million and birthday. I'm not being here.
Yeah, I've done about half hour, 45 minutes worth, and I really do pray it gets better. It's a bit, it hasn't gripped me yet. It's
Well, I mean, according to the reviews and that, it's getting a lot of people's game of the year so far.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So many people saying it's one of the best games they played this year.
I can't comment it because I haven't even started it, so it's unfair for me to
No.
make past judgment.
Yeah.
it's like a similar vein to like Spyro, that kind of genre. It's like it feels like a kiddie sort of adventure game, kind of going through a little bit of evolving psyches and evil scientist kind of thing. It's just the story's a bit weird and messed up, but yeah, the gameplay itself is just feels like a kiddie action game, like in the vein of like sort of Spyro and that kind of vein. But like I said, I'm only sort of 45 minutes in. I really hope it gets better.
Yeah, but did anybody play the original?
Nope.
No, that's one of the ones I skipped as well. I installed it a few weeks ago, but I hoped to play it before this one came out, but I obviously never did. But yeah, no, I think I might try and start it this week because I've got it installed on both my consoles. So should give it a go, and we can talk about it a bit more next week. Hopefully, Dan's using his time of isolation as well to play through it to 100% as well. So, Daniel, we expect a full report next week. And also, you can find a review by Carlos, I think, up on xbox7.com, and he gave it quite a glowing review. As I said, everybody else seems to be doing so. We shall go from there. All right, so we've been playing some video games this week. Ian, since it's your birthday, or was your birthday, I should say, why don't you regale us with what you've been playing this week?
I've been playing. So I finally started.
That's going to please
I was going
Daniel.
to say, work it up a bit.
Sorry.
Come on.
Sorry. I've started The Walking Dead final season. I've been
You say
holding
you started there, or you're playing?
I'm 3 chapters in.
Okay.
I've got the final chapter to go. It's one of the games I've actually kind of I never really got around to playing it, even though it came out, and obviously all the chapters came out quite quickly. We went at the same time. I can't remember if they did.
I think they were only a week apart, as opposed to being months apart this time.
Yeah, I just never got around to it. So one of the things I really wanted to kind of get into and get finally playing. So I thought, script, why not start it now? Seeing a bit later while I've got some time.
Yeah.
So I'm playing for that. I've got the fun for the first 3 chapters. There's only 4 episodes this time.
That's right.
So I've done the first 3. And so far, yeah, so far so good. You know, I'm actually enjoying it. It's good little story. I don't want to say too much. Has anyone else played it? Or
Yeah, I've finished it. Yeah.
Need to get around to it, but haven't done that yet.
yeah, I don't want to spoil too much. I don't know, because obviously it's one of the ones.
You
know,
can
it's been out a
spoil
while.
one thing. Is Kenny still alive?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not
by your
playing
side.
I'm never going to finish it.
He's by your side. You actually play as Kenny instead now. It's not camera time
He
anymore.
takes over, and it's just
I'm definitely not finishing it.
Yeah, he come back from there. You actually play as a zombie, Kenny.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, actually good fun. AJ's a bit of a little shit, ain't he?
Who's that? Sorry.
AJ,
Yes. Yeah.
he's a little shit, ain't he?
Yeah, but well, I suppose it's to be expected of a child in the apocalypse. But yeah, he doesn't really behave himself as you'd like.
No.
I'm tried. It's been such a long time since I played it. I can't really remember much of the details, but I'm trying to think of a relevant question. Are you enjoying sort of the characters that you've saved or the characters that you've kept so far, other than Kenny, obviously?
Kenny's the man, the G. You know, he was
Goat.
such a good, amazing character. You know, his voice acting intelligence. So
Okay.
no, I didn't like Violet. No spoilers there, but I didn't really like Violet.
Yeah.
I like Louis. He was cool. I saved him.
Yeah.
But no, I thought some of the new characters are quite cool. Some obviously cliche. The surprise twist was who turned up. I thought that person would be.
Can I? I'm just trying to refresh my memory. Is this is in like the school, isn't it, with the
Yes.
kids? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, I remember.
And that
well,
person turns up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that person turning up.
Yeah, they did a good job of, again, like we were saying with Revan and stuff, like just out of nowhere, like what the hell? Where did you come from?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what? Like,
So, I mean, I'm intrigued to see those twists, but they've just spoiled it.
but Kenny, God, amazing. Kenny was so cool.
Did you enjoy the bit where Duck come back to life as well?
Yeah, a catcher, fucking amazing. And when Duck did the backflip, whew,
Yeah, I did sort of that 360 no scope like Snake,
yeah,
and just took
like
all the
Snake,
zombies
yeah.
out.
Took them all out, fucking spinning kicks. It was like Eddie from was it Tekken? The camera fighting.
Yeah, the more you talk, the more I'm remembering about it now. Yeah, it was a good season. So you got one episode left to do then.
One episode left to do.
And then that's the end of the Walking Dead games.
That's it. Yep, end of the Walking Dead. I've also give a good shout out quickly, because I've been off for a few weeks. So I mentioned 12 minutes, fucking amazing.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about this actually. One question, sorry, before we move on to that. Do you think that this season of Walking Dead is up there with the top of your out of the 4 or 5 there's been, or
third? It'll be 1, 2 this one and the third season. I didn't like the third season.
Yeah, I'd probably put very similar, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I might put this in place of number 2, but
what's number 2? Number 2 was, oh no, yeah, because number 2 was with Kenny.
Yeah.
So Kenny was G though, and
yeah, Kenny saved the day. Yeah, number 3 was it Javier or something?
Javier, yeah.
Yeah, Javier. So, yeah.
I didn't like his character too much,
yeah.
or the side characters mainly were a bit annoying.
Yeah, but obviously once you finished it, we can rank it more accurately. But I would like to play it again because I got the definitive edition they released last year, whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
Because I did a review for that, and I played through most of it again just to see how it compared. But I didn't actually finish all the seasons again because I've done it already. But I've been thinking recently about playing it again.
I played when they did that massive pack, didn't they? When they brought them all out. And I did that for
the seasons together.
Yeah, apart from this one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's good. Definitely better than the third one. Probably similar to the second one. Number 1 is obviously the GOAT. You can't beat that one. But yeah,
we'll see.
Kenny is star of the night.
Hopefully we'll get an update in what you thought by the time you finished it, maybe next week.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, back to 12 minutes. So you were quite high on this game, it's fair to say.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely loved it.
So what was it about that made you... you reviewed it off your own back, which is a rare occurrence in any stance for him. But what was it you liked so much about it?
I just think the fact that it was such good storytelling, even though it's a bit like, the twists and turns were there and far in between. I think I enjoyed the aspect of the whole time loop. You have to go through something, try again, because that doesn't work. Let's go again. And you think you kind of do some weird stuff and just feel like the stuff you're doing like this, you're going to restart anyway, so you can't really fail, because all it does is just restart the time again. So you can do some fucked up stuff and it still will be good.
Yeah.
I feel like my first playthrough, when I first entered the room, my missus said to me, like, this is probably the most unique playthrough ever, because all I did was I walked into the room, I spoke to my wife, I got out 2 cakes from the fridge, sat down and ate both cakes, and then my loop said finished. And then the man came to the door, I was like, oh, I went to the door, and then everything else went to shit. I was like, it's probably the weirdest one you've done. You could just sat in silence eating 2 cakes. I was just getting, by the way, getting pissed off me. Like, fine, that's a surprise. I'm going to go to the room now. So just me eating the cakes.
It's very clever how they sort of account for pretty much anything you can do. But like you said, some of the solutions were just so not difficult, but like not logical to me. I don't know what it. I mean, obviously, I won't spoil anything here, but there was some later on. I was just like, why would you ever think to do that? And
no, exactly. Yeah, you got it's a lot of trial and error, and you just do anything. What can you do? And then obviously you think you do something like, oh, if I do that instead this way, will it work? And obviously it does work. You think, oh my god. Yeah.
So, again, without spoiling it, there was one bit I got stuck on right at the end. And I clicked, because I've played on PC, I clicked on this thing and this thing happened. And I was like, well, that didn't fucking work. And then I got stuck for about 5 or 6 loops being like, I can't do anything. And if I just moved the mouse like 4 pixels to the right, I would have done what you should have done.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was a case of matter of pixels. I didn't know you could do that. So that annoyed me. Ross Gray, have you played it at all?
Yeah, no, I played and completed it. Yeah, I liked it. Sort of the made you think and made you try different kind of things. I got stuck a little bit involving the picture on the fridge. I think that bit could have been done a bit better because it didn't progress properly on my side until you had to push something along.
Yeah.
But I did see the ending coming. I was like, no, that can't be true. That doesn't make sense. Oh no, this is going to happen. Oh, that doesn't make. It still doesn't make sense. And then the more and more it unfolded, the less sense it made.
Yeah.
And when it actually happened, I was like, no, it really doesn't make sense.
But yeah, I thought I just really enjoyed the twist and turn that came on the whole trial and error, and just some of the things like you were trying to do, like spoiler warning. Like the fact that I killed my wife randomly in one playthrough. That was quite fun.
So did I.
I tried all them sort of things. I shot her and I stabbed her and I shot myself and stabbed myself, and so this isn't getting me anywhere, but it's funny.
I love hiding in the closet as well.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there? You really like that closet? Yeah, I do, bitch. Leave me alone.
It's my life. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking pass his loop. Leave me alone.
You can tell that's the only thing I need to account for is shenanigans, because there's so many times where her sort of she didn't know how to react to some of the stupid shit you were doing.
Yeah. I'll be eating 2 cakes. I gave her a piss. I was like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, well, can't eat these cakes.
Some cakes, man.
What about you, Ross? Have you played it yet?
I've played like 2 loops, and then like my missus walked in halfway through the second loop and was like, "Oh, this looks really cool. This looks like really quite fun." And I thought, "Fuck, I'm going to turn this off because she's going to want to play it." So I haven't had a chance to really sit down and have a chance to play it with her yet. But not from the obviously 2 loops that I played, so I never actually done much different. But I was really hyped up for this game before it was even released, so I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and just going through like every little detail that you can go through it. I
didn't experience a bit of blocky graphics throughout the time I was playing, or with a lot of high score. I had to knock it down.
I was playing it like a wee bit just to listen back to the voice actors. I can't remember who said it on the show that they weren't able to work out, like, as much as their big names, they didn't sound like their normal voices. And I was listening to them again, and I was like, McAvoy obviously comes through kinda in his voice. Daisy Ridley doesn't sound anything like what she normally sounds like. But it wasn't until I was listening to the guy that breaks in, and he couldn't sound any more like William Dafoe if he tried. Like it was completely.
Probably like that as William Dafoe. Yeah, that's
you knew like as soon as he made the noise, it's like boom, it's the Green Goblin. But McAvoy was a wee bit more covered up, but still of it. Like you can still work it out with him. But Daisy Ridley didn't sound nothing like honestly, I associate her with Rey from Star Wars, and that's what I was trying to like compare it to. And obviously, she's nothing like what that was like.
No, but yeah, it's I couldn't rate this game highly. Like it was such good fun playing through it. Like I said, to join, look for working things out, doing the trial and error. Yeah, I think it was just good laugh, good fun. Yeah,
unless you accidentally walk out the door.
That's I'll
twice I did that, right? Like, no, so I'm trying to skip it because you can skip it if you tap the button. Tried to skip it and I walked out the fucking door.
Just click. Oh shit! No, here we go. That can be frustrating.
Yeah, but obviously that's on Game Pass. Definitely check it out. Like I said, I did enjoy it for the most part, but those sort of things, as I said to you, Ian, I think the other day, I get stuck on one puzzle and that's it. I'll just lose all interest. And then I have to.
I was getting to the point where I was like, I want to look up a guy. I'm like, no, come on, let's just keep missing. Like, come on, keep trying. I kept going, and I'm glad I didn't do any guides or anything, because obviously you get that little bit of satisfaction. You did it.
Like I said, I ended up not following a guide, but like referring to it if I couldn't figure it out. And some of them are some. There's no way I would have even attempted to think of this.
It's definitely like I don't see me going through this game. I don't see me going through this game without having a guide sitting up on the iPad next to me, because one, playing it with a wife, so it's going to be fucking as much trial and error as possible at the best of times, but it's the type of game where you are going to have to find the like tiniest little detail that you would never have thought of looking at to get to the next proper loop. Yeah,
and there's one detail in particular which was literally hidden on my screen. So I was like, what the fuck are you on about? There's nothing there. But I don't know if it's just my brightness was set too low or something. I don't know, but I couldn't even see it. It was
because you didn't take the candle, you turd.
No,
Would
you can take the candle. We can't put it until you put it in there, can you?
You can.
I couldn't even see it there. That's the problem.
What do you mean? What?
You
All
can
right,
put
hang
the
on.
candle in
All
there.
right. Very quick spoiler then. Skip ahead. 30
No,
seconds.
no
30
spoiler.
seconds. 30
We'll
seconds.
talk. Go on.
30 seconds.
Well, no, because I'm on the bloody show, so I can't skip
Ross.
30 seconds.
All right. We won't do that. Okay, fine. We'll talk
But
about
we'll
it later.
discuss
but-
afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair enough then.
All right.
But yeah.
And very quickly, Ian, obviously, as we said at the beginning, you hit the million gamer score point,
Yes.
which you used Language of Love and
Forza Horizon 4.
Forza Horizon 4.
I was
get the
going to do
last
Language of
Chivo.
Love to be all of it, and I thought I can't torture my body and soul to do that. So I did Language of Love until 99990, and then finished off with an achievement called the big one. To make
The
it
big one. I like
themed.
it.
That was perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Rather than the Language of Love as my million, I made it the big one.
So-
instead.
What was the big one? What was that?
It was do 10 chapters of Isha's taxi storyline, which is quite good fun actually. The last one was fucking ages. I didn't realize.
Fucking
it was that long.
amazing.
I was
Wait.
surprised to see the video that your Twitch stream was like an hour long. I was like, there's no way he's played the Language of Love for an hour.
No, it's about fucking 10 minutes of me fucking syncing my Forza Horizon 4 data to my other Xbox.
Yeah, there was that as well. Yeah.
But yeah, still good fun. Still glad I was on the million. I'm happy there.
It's impressive. It's very impressive, bud. Well done.
Finally got to it.
So
Beat
I
the boss
wanted
as well.
to ask you. Obviously, that means you played more or less, let's say, 1,000 games to 1,000 G. I know there's some that have got more and stuff.
675 games to 1,000. Or
Okay, so is there any games that you've got that you haven't 1,000 G'd?
yeah, there's loads of games I haven't found.
Oh, is there?
indeed.
Okay.
So I
But-
guess the flip side to that question is there's two parters. Is obviously there's going to be quite a lot, but is there a game in that list that you haven't 1,000 G'd that you really wish you had? And conversely, is there a game that you have 1,000 G'd that you regret doing?
Well,
Language
that,
of
I was going to say that last answer was obvious.
Well, I did think that was going to be the obvious one for that, but I mean, so more.
I
so
mean,
the flip side.
there's been so many shit games he played for 1,000 G. Like, fucking, I can't even think. Like Smart Moves, both dreadful games. That Trials and Traces recently I played that. That was fucking shocking. Oh god, I think 60-second prime shooter, very old school, but really poor. Games
So-
I've loved. One.
I was going to say, so a lot of these games, obviously, you got the 1,000 G.
Hmm.
Could you honestly say you enjoyed them though? Obviously not.
No,
It was
we
just a
did it
case
for
of getting the
achievements.
points. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just getting the points and so yeah, just doing it for. I mean, some of them are kind of quirky and a bit of fun,
Mm.
but most of them are pretty like terrible. You
Yeah.
can feel like suicidal doing it.
Yeah.
Games I've enjoyed, 1,000 G, obviously both all the escapists I can imagine for me, all the Dishonored, all the Portals, Mass Effect, first one 1,000 G. Actually, surprisingly, I want to give a good shout out to. I know you hated it, but Thief, really enjoyed that one.
What the Xbox One version? I
Yeah.
assume, obviously, yes. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
I didn't like it at all. But yeah, no, well done. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Is there what's the highest gamer score game you did? Like fully.
What?
So
is it?
obviously some get more than 1,000 G, don't they? So some get 2,000 or 4,000.
Oh
You
yeah.
didn't do
excuse me.
Halo Master Chief Collection, eh? So,
No, I got quite a
8,000
few in
G.
that one. Because that was well, Halo Master Collection was like 4,000 plus, wasn't it?
Mass
I
Effect
thought-
Legendary Collection.
I haven't started that yet.
Oh,
No, I haven't even started that. Halo Master Collection, I got 2,900 out of the 4,000.
that's impressive.
So yeah, that's quite cool. Killer Instinct, I did quite a lot as well. I got 4,300 out of the 4,900 they gave.
Jesus,
Again.
what for Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Killer Instinct was
Jesus
4,900.
Christ.
It's because they kept adding more and more stuff to it.
Yeah, adding more characters, adding
Yeah.
a whole new Shadow Lords mode.
I mean, I feel
That's
feel
the-
really pathetic. I haven't even hit 100,000. So
What?
no.
That's the thing, though. If you just played the same few games, then you're never going to get anywhere. I mean, I've only just passed 200,000. I play a shit ton of games.
Yeah, I've not even hit 100,000 yet, which is embarrassingly bad. But yeah,
I mean, there is a lot of shit games I've played, but there's a lot of games variety I've played over the years. Again, I abuse Boomerang for rentals for loads of games and Game Pass. That's been fantastic.
And so the Language of Love one, obviously, you reviewed it a while back, and I believe you got the 1,000. Was this the PC version? You got the 1,000?
No, the 1,000 was the one on my main account.
Oh, okay.
I did Language of Love on other accounts because I didn't want to do it on my own account.
Fair enough. So you've got several accounts that you achieve. So not only have you got 1 million, you've probably got fucking another 1 million in secondary accounts.
No, not that much. Oh my God. I'm like 100,000 maybe. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use the second account to test out games, especially if I'm doing competitions. I'll test out a game to know what I'm doing in that game. So when I do a main account, it's quick and easy.
Yeah, fair enough. And so now you've hit 1 million. Any plans, as we said earlier on, for the 2 mil? Or are you just going to take it easy for a while and just enjoy stuff for a change?
I'll take it easy for a while until Wasp pushes me to do another competition.
So he's not far off the 1 million himself, is he? This
No,
is
he's about
Ross
50.
Hodge, fellow
Ross
Tavern
Hodge.
member.
Yeah, he's about 15k off.
Okay.
He kept teasing me that he's going to beat me, so I kind of had to do it quickly before he does beat me.
I like that. That's nice.
So yeah, but we do competitions together on True Achievements. So I imagine if they do another one, he probably twist my arm to do it again, and that's probably when I get competitive again.
Rather impressive, but well done.
Thank you.
And not to diminish your achievement, but do you know who has the highest gamer score at all?
Yeah, I think it's a guy called Smirnoff who's in Canada. He's got, let me just get it up now. This is ridiculous. I'm like nearly just under 3 million, I think.
What?
It's 2,948,000.
Jesus Christ!
So he's near 3 million.
That's a mad number. I mean, you've got to really. Surely that's all he does, no?
Yeah, you've
That
got
must be
to
his, like,
imagine that's
main
his.
Twitch.
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy. Imagine, I don't know what he does for a living, actually, to be fair.
He plays Xbox, apparently.
I was going to
Probably
say,
is.
there's no way. I mean, I don't know how you managed to hit the 1 million to let alone fucking 3 times that. That's just insane. But
Yeah, I ain't got fucking time or money. I haven't got the money for that. I wish I had the money for that. But... I hope Masons would kill me if I spend that much money on achievements.
1 million Chivos. Congratulations. And on your birthday, no less. So
That's it. Nice
cheers to
fitting
you,
time to
sir.
do it. Thank you.
all right. Okay. So let's move on to someone who loves achievements just as much as Ian. Graham, what have you been playing?
Whoa. Don't throw me into that bucket.
You know you love it too, Graham.
I'm sure there was a period of time where you enjoyed it, but not as much as that, perhaps.
Yeah, when it first started, then achievements were something around completing the game or doing something difficult. Now it's just doing stupid shit like shooting 100 pigeons or being a
Pressing
bellend
the start
for
button.
a couple of hours. So
Man, it's a lot worse now. It's like shoot one enemy. Well done, you got an achievement.
There's literally someone to press the start button, isn't there?
Oh yeah, Rain on Your Parade did that, didn't they? Well done, pushing the start button. You started the game. Oh, fuck you.
yeah,
They're the worst one because you launch a game and go, here's the free achievements. Like, fuck you, don't let my tag back quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and they just serve very little purpose now. It's not like they give you any kind of boon anymore over anything other than sort of a one-upsmanship. If they sort of gave you some sort of benefit for it, like some sort of discount or any kind of reward linked to it, would have been.
Well, they do
interesting.
reward points, don't they? They did recently. They did you get 10,000 achievements,
Yeah.
10,000
And-
games score.
But that's what I mean. But it's not over your overall score. It's just get that burst. To get
Isn't-
a burst of
isn't there
achievements
a,
to do it.
It's like a
Yeah,
5 or so.
something if you've got, I think it's like over 100,000, you get like 2% off of a purchase. or
Yeah, it's no. I
Oh,
think
they do, yeah.
something stupid like that, and that's about it. That's the extent of it. But
Chief, why do I feel like that statement was brought up? Just take a dig at me.
if
Look, somebody hasn't
Well,
hit
I'm
100,000.
just
You will
saying,
get no
you know.
discount.
you work,
But
a bit
but they
harder,
do. Like I say, they did like done it twice this year so far. Where if you get 10,000 gamers score, they give you 10,000 reward points, which is like pretty much more than isn't it? A tenner,
Yeah.
really.
and
So-
if you've got some games in your backlog, you can whip through real quick. But
I think I did it for you once, Jamie. I think you 10,000.
you did, yeah. And next time it comes up, you'll be doing it again. Right, great. What have you been playing?
So the game I've been playing was my review title, Monster Harvest, which looked better than what was actually delivered. It started off quite poorly, as the game had a lot of bugs prior to release.
Why does this game look like a more colourful version of Pokemon?
It has a hint of Pokemon about it as well. So the scheme is of a guy that's taking over a farm from his uncle, who's some sort of scientist who can't run the farm anymore, and you liked it, so he's given the farm over to you to sort of bring up and take on as your own. And then he tells you that the farm's special and that you put slime on these plants and they turn into animals that kind of fight for you, hence the Pokemon kind of link. but it's very, very sort of hint of Pokemon as kind of you grow them there, and then there's like a nearby dungeon that you can use to fight other kind of Planimals, as they're called, and that's kind of it. It's a one-on-one fight that you do with them, and you get a choice, a maximum of 3 moves depending on what level your Planimal is. And then you kind of like swap them out halfway through. If they're injured, you just have to sort of one-on-one until they're gone. You can take a team of them into the dungeon, but they're kind of expected to die, because once your creatures die, they become kind of a fertilizer in a way that you use to fertilize your farm, so your animals start off at a higher level. So it's got some interesting kind of features in it, but the game, ran very badly. Their inventory screen was a mess. It just flicked around all over the place and kept moving my first item everywhere. And they like allowed you to use like the right analog stick as kind of a cursor to help make things quicker, but it didn't. It just made it even more skittish, which they kind of fixed in their patch after they released the game. And it had 2 super annoying parts as well, where you can only save the game if you went to your house and slept in your bed. And like during the day is where you do most of your farming and toiling and watering and planting and all of that rest of it. And you can go around the town and buy more seeds, buy other supplies, etc., sell stuff. And then you can either sleep to the evening, which is you're only allowed to go in the dungeon in the evening, or you can sleep till the next day. So if you sleep to the evening, you do all the fighting in the dungeon, you level animals or get some more minerals that you can only get from the dungeon. You could be like have like a couple of hours worth, but if you're stuck in the dungeon, you need to stop. You need to save the game. You can't. You have to go back into your bed to sleep, which means you either lose all that hour's progress that you've been playing, or you have to quickly abandon what you're doing and run to your bed to sleep. So it's just a really rubbish way of doing it.
That means you mean you lose the rest of the day, you said, wouldn't it? So you miss out on doing what you can.
Yeah, so they have seasons. So you only have so many days of a dry season, which you can only plant certain crops. You have to water them before they die, kind of thing. And you have to sell some to get more money and stuff like that. So you have to get it all done in that kind of day. So if you have to stop halfway through, and like because you need to go out kind of thing, it's not like you can just pit stop. You have to go back in and sleep, which means if you didn't get watered, your stuff's going to die. If you didn't sell your stuff, you haven't got much money for the next day. And you don't get to go into the dungeon to sort of level up your characters or get some more minerals or anything. It's just like a whole day's wasted just because you needed to save the game. It's just a daft way of doing it. And the other thing, because the inventory is so skittish, so is the menu button. And if you press start for whatever reason, just up to pause it to go for a break, you've either got return to the main menu or resume, and the thing flicks at the slightest of touch. And if you hit return to main menu, that's it. There's no, are you sure? It's straight to the main menu. Any progress you had, all gone.
Oh, fuck that.
And that happened to me twice, and there's proper, oh, for fuck's sake moments. So yeah, I mean, that's unforgivable. Just have an "Are you sure you want to go to the main menu?" thing. Don't just go straight. That's stupid. And have a save button. If you're not going to have quick
sort of warnings are always annoying, aren't they? But like, yes, I'm sure. But when they're not there, like, no,
damn it, fuck you.
Not straight away, or have some other options. They're not straight to quit to main menu. Like you'd have a quit and then sort of say daft. But I mean, that and the game lacks a lot of direction. It doesn't tell you what you need to do. All it tells you there's a bad companies in town and they're doing something evil. You briefly see them and you don't really see them again. And there's no direction of how you see them. I thought you had to beat the dungeon to sort of see them. Nope. All the end boss tells you is like that they're there and you need to stop them. And that's who you need to fight. That's nice. Still don't know how to fight them, how to find them. None of that direction is given at all. And everyone in town just says the same thing over and over again, so they're not much help. And it's just lacks of what to do. It's kind of, I understand that farming's a little bit of fun or novel to create your own farm, but with no direction, it just feels a bit lifeless as such.
Yes, it's almost like it's missed the point of what, like the Pokemon or the Stardew Valley inspiration. It kind of took the worst points of it each.
Well, if they were going to do it, just do it better. Like have more than one animals. Have the fights that you can fight other people here and everywhere to sort of train or something. But it's just very, very lightweight, very hinted of Pokemon. But all it is just animals fighting each other, and that's about it. There's no real sort of like guts to it. It's very basic.
Yeah.
But
So
on the other hand,
not quite up to your expectations, but hopefully
very
there's other
weak.
title you're still kicking along nicely.
Yep. So yeah, that Dodgeball Academia one, I completed it today.
Oh, how is that?
That's good. That really reminded me of the Inazuma 11 from the DS games. It's just
I think
constantly.
I was just having a wee look at that on one of the comments on the trailer for YouTube. Somebody said that was exactly what they had felt about it as well.
What
It's one of the ones where I really
Yeah.
wish was our Project Game Pass pick, because I think it's one I'm probably going to play more than I will play Psychonauts. No offense to Psychonauts.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at this one. Like, obviously, Hades was my shit. I was desperate. Like, I thought Hades would really be a good game. Then I started watching more about this as well. I thought this would actually be a proper good laugh.
You said last week this is just a single player thing, right?
No, there is a versus thing that you can do, but I mean,
Okay.
it is like a battle mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all about the kind of story. These games are only ever sort of about kind of the story. You pick up different teammates and where they have different styles, and like the dodgeball games get more and more different as time goes on. The balls have different effects. Your characters have different abilities. You pick up different items that change how you kind of play the game. And you always play like up to 3 characters at a time, so you can switch between them during the match. And it's just.
Well,
yeah.
I've just noticed something that's potentially making this game of the year. I just noticed in one of the clips that the main character in it, when he's trying to throw the dodgeball, it's actually a Kamehameha, which is, there we go. It's game of the year for me, done, sorted. Anything that mimics anything for Dragon Ball, done, sorted.
Yeah, so this will be just one of many. You get about 6 or 7 different characters to play with by the end of it, and they all have their own different special moves. So it's just fun just sort of playing with their different kind of styles. And it's a good fun story, and enjoyed it, all the side quests and everything, and it's probably just about a right length before it gets too stale. So very.
How long would you say it took you to beat?
I think it popped up like about 10 hours.
That's not too bad, yeah.
That's not too bad at all, yeah. Yeah, because I've installed it on the back of what you were saying last week, but again, I haven't had a chance to get to it this week because I'm playing other stuff, but it does look pretty interesting though.
And there was one brief area where I got stuck because this was the only place I got stuck, but the main menu bit gives you a chance to sort of tweak the game to your kind of setting, so you can like increase how much damage you do and decrease the amount of damage they do. Doesn't affect achievements, but I just dosed it down for one game just because I just couldn't get past this little area. And once I done it for that game, I switched it back. I didn't need it again. It was just for that one.
Oh, okay.
Game. It was so annoying. But it just goes to show, if you're really sort of struggling or suffering, you can tweak the game to your benefit without losing out on achievements.
Well, that's good, yeah. I mean, to go see people who are struggling can actually not lose fun, basically.
Yeah,
that's what difficulty should be like. You know, if you're getting stuck, you could just adjust it on the fly, even if some people are, oh, you're not playing it, but fuck off. Just let me play it.
Well, you can make it harder as well. You can actually switch it, and if you make it too easy and do the other bit, you do less damage and they do more damage if you're really into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it just looks like 100 miles. Like, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a test of reflexes, and it's cool.
So is it?
It does look fun.
It almost looks like a turn-based battle, but I guess it's
no, it's not
turn-based.
It's real time.
Yeah, so you just got to move your character around and grab the ball and throw it back and stuff. And
there's loads of different kind of. You always just mini fights after mini fights, and
happy days. It looks interesting, even though it wasn't our Project Game Pass. It didn't win the poll. Perhaps we could play it still a little bit.
It does look good fun.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll be playing it, and he wants to play it, so we can give it a go. Maybe even if once Dan hears this, Dan, finish Dodgeball Academia as well, please. And give us the full report next week. You got nothing else to do for 10 days.
Yeah, you're lying on your bed. Surely God, you can get this stuff knocked out.
Well, would Dan complete a game? That's the question.
That would be the miracle.
I reckon he can finish 10 one a day.
Oh, surely God, eh?
Yeah, I reckon you can do it, Daniel. We believe in you. Make up for it. All right,
and he can't use the excuse of having too much sex this time.
Yeah, because that's a valid excuse.
I don't know. Now that he's all shaved up down there, he might be.
Oh yeah,
Might be getting in there.
Yeah, that might make it go from
he's got his manscape.
that might be going from 3 minutes including the shower to like 3.5 minutes including the shower. So he's still got a bit of time left to work it out.
And on that wonderful imagery, Ross, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Do you
indeed,
really want to
Jay?
ask this question?
No,
What have I been
hang on, let me
playing?
just
Indeed.
let me just get comfortable.
I will take it a step further than not only have I been playing it, but we shall go as far as to say, look at this. We have the notepad and everything, working out team selection, got youth intakes, the works.
That's
Oh
a
my
big
God.
notepad as well.
Oh, it is a big notepad. Football Manager
He's
2021.
determined.
We are into the second season. Brentford and Bristol City, the Robins and the Bees.
I need something to get me through this thing.
Both promoted at the first time of asking. Brentford,
Who won the league?
Brentford, top of the league, of course. Record point
Of course.
margin, goals scored, least amount of defeats in a season.
Did you beat Bristol?
I bet them in the first game, lost in the last game of the season to Bristol. So both in the Premier League. Bristol currently languishing bottom half of the table. I think they're 14th. Brentford sitting in the top 6, I think they are just now. Both teams have been defeated by the big guns. So I've lost to Tottenham, Liverpool and Man United. Bristol City have lost to Chelsea, Man City and Arsenal, I believe. Played the first match in the Carabao Cup. Brentford suffered an embarrassing defeat in the first leg that they were in, so Brentford are out the cup. Bristol City had a fantastic result against Tottenham. They've 2-0 in the Carabao Cup. They've just eliminated them. So it's all shaping up to be an intriguing season.
Very intriguing indeed.
Like I say, it's not for everybody. Football Manager's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Long gone are the days where you could sort of play a championship manager season in the space of 4 hours. 4 hours gets you through like 3 press conferences in the new game. So
Actually, 1000G, the last Football Manager as well.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
So all right, so I'm deferring to you then, Ian. Have you got any decent questions to ask him? Because I can't have anything.
Who's been your signing of the season then so far?
So this season nobody's emerged yet. Last season it was because we're not playing with real characters, we're playing with just regens from basically the start and new gens.
Oh, is it no real characters?
No real players, so we've had to discover all of our talents straight off the get-go.
Okay, so have you found when doing that?
Yes,
Likes of like City.
I've just finished playing Man United, and they had a guy in the middle of their pitch called Neil Gascon or something like this. He was a 28-year-old centre mid from France. They had another centre mid that was Portuguese that had 20 penalty taken. My mates.
So you're finding still those teams that are top of the league? They're not.
Yeah, no, they're still.
It's not.
The thing is, like, the players aren't real players, but you can tell who their players are. So, like, I just played Tottenham, and they had a South Korean left winger who was fantastic, and they had an English striker. City have got a Portuguese centre half, a Brazilian goalkeeper. Liverpool have a Brazilian goalkeeper, a Dutch centre half, an Egyptian forward, and a Senegalese forward.
So it's just all random names.
So
right?
it's random names with similar sort of players. Obviously, that's going to be different a wee bit further forward, but you can sort of still work out who's who. But in regards to obviously imitation players that we've got so far, is I have a player that was 20-year-old for me, Lasse Cosito, a Finnish striker, and he was top goal scorer in the league. There's a player that signed for Bristol City. I forget his first name, but Kimbindu is his surname. He's a striker for Bristol who potentially has the stats to be like one of the wonder kids 2 or 3 seasons into the game. So it'll be intriguing to see how our youth prospects that we've generated turn into world beaters or not. But first season in the Premier League, Bristol have had a bit of a shaky start with a fantastic cup result. Brentford the opposite, solid league start with an embarrassing cup defeat.
Fair enough. No one's got any Icelandic players, you're right.
I've got a couple of Icelandic players. We're doing well.
No, it's not Sigurdsson, that's fine.
No, not Sigurdsson. No.
I'm nodding along like I know what you're talking
Jay's
about.
like, oh
Yes.
yeah, you don't want Sigerson in your team.
You don't want none of that. Ooh. Dodgy. Cool. So,
Dodgy indeed.
It's very dodgy.
Very dodgy indeed.
yeah. So we'll continue with the weekly
Graham knows.
updates.
This will
I
be
do know.
this will be a weekly feature for probably the next 35-40 weeks.
That's
So,
wonderful to hear.
yeah. I will try and throw in some other games alongside it, but yeah.
Which version is it? You playing the Xbox version or the Steam version?
Steam version.
Disgrace.
We will. There will be. I was tempted to make like a blog feature of it because it's something that deserves a bit more time than 30 seconds on a podcast. So.
Yeah, you're 30 seconds my ass.
Hey, it's better than your Resident Evil stuff. Let's go
you're
back
more than welcome
15
to-
years ago.
You're more than welcome to put a weekly or a monthly thing up on the site. Keep us updated. Why not?
Yeah, let us know how it goes.
Could do that's a wee feature we could add in there. Yes.
Yeah, we could even do some YouTube videos. How about your weekly news dump? Are we back on that train yet?
We will be back on that very shortly. Yes, there is a bit of a project going on in the room to make it a bit more studio, not lovely purpley blue walls. They will be changed as of next recording. So once that's
Is
all
this your
fixed-
room now, or
Yeah, this is the current room that will be the future recording room properly. Yes.
yeah, some sex time on the bed?
Oh yeah.
This is how you manscape.
Damn
right.
Not how Jay does it because he goes against the grain, and we all know that's not the right way.
We
to do it.
don't do against the grain. Yeah,
No.
you go. Anyway, yeah. Feel free.
You just
Feel
wear
free.
underwear, so it's fine.
Keep the Tavern crew and all of our wonderful listeners abreast of your football managering.
You realise we'll never be able to get
Please.
Pete back on the show as long as I'm playing this, Because otherwise it's a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah. Well, one
Yeah,
day
I
you
might,
guys
I might
can
be
just-
busy that day.
Yeah, we're off
so
that
you,
week.
you two can just record on your own if you like. Just waffle on about football manager forever. That and Mass Effect.
Oh
Just be
yeah.
like they do like the what's it called, the extra live stream. So you have to game for 24 hours. You two can just talk about them two for 24 hours instead.
I'm pretty sure they could do more than that.
Yeah. Speaking of extra life, it's coming up soon. I'd like to do it as one year. That'd be fun.
I'm
Just
up for doing something.
24-hour gaming
What's this?
for charity. Extra life. You never heard of it?
Nope.
I think it's normally in October, isn't it?
October, November time, yeah.
So you stream for 24 hours for charity, for like kids charities and stuff. And every year I say I'll do it this year, and every year it comes around like, oh shit, it's this
Yeah,
week.
because I was going
I
to do
should
it
have-
last
should have
year,
planned.
I haven't, and then I was completely ran out of time of planning what I was going to play and stuff.
Yeah, and we should look into it because
Yeah,
it'd be
definitely
fun, I
something.
think.
Yeah, we could take over, stream off the Xbox Tavern. Yeah, I'm up for it.
Let's do it. Graham looks like he's fucking well excited about it.
Oh yeah.
24 hours of nothing but Resident Evil and Football Manager
Oh
and
yeah.
Portal.
And Borderlands. Might throw in some of that.
And Hitman.
Physically not a problem, logistically slight problems.
Yes. Well, we can figure something out. Speaking of figuring something out, episode 50 is it?
Oh
50,
yeah.
Yes.
We might have
50.
something in the works.
Might have something
special.
big.
Something special in the
So-
works.
So listen up for that. It's 5 episodes away.
We are, what that is
Um,
that's going to be. I think we've already established that's going to be the quiz episode, but it's going to be a quiz episode with a
with a twist.
I-
A twist.
bit of a twist.
Yes. So look out for that. We're very excited about this. So
Very
let's
much
get
so.
the teasers in now. Episode 50. Stick around for that.
Actually, yes.
After that,
Yeah, fuck
thank
off
you very
after
much.
that if you
But,
want.
yeah,
Make sure you catch 50 at least.
definitely come check 50 out. We're going to be. It's going to be very exciting
It's going to be fun times.
and very personal, shall we say?
Bam, chicka,
So-
wow, wow.
Up close and personal.
Yes. So that begins the tease for episode 50. And now, Ross, have you been playing anything else other than Poxy Football Manager again?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's very rude. No, I'm sorry.
Football
I'm sorry.
Manager-
I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Football
I'm glad
Manager
that-
has-
He's not allowed. Dan cracks the whip. Or it's not allowed.
Oh yeah. In fairness, it was Jay this week. Like, where is that fucking review?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But this week, about 3 months ago, I asked for that. Thank
This
you
is
very
true.
much.
Sorry, I was trying to emulate Ian.
Hey, I'm not that bad. I've been good
This is
recently.
true. You got someone's got to give him a challenge.
Exactly.
Exactly. I've been good recently.
Yeah.
Recently.
I like how Jay's just like, yeah.
I know Tri-Pixels are coming to you, but
So what
I'll
have
send
you
you by
lot
the
been doing?
10th. So that's 5 days left.
Yes. So, video games.
What have you been
Oh,
playing?
it's me now, isn't it? Oh, fuck
What have
me.
you been playing, Jamie?
I was just
Forgot
thinking, who
about
haven't we gone to yet? It's me. Oh, fuck's sake. All right, we'll get to them real quick then. So, 2 games this week. Innsmouth Case,
Who?
which is a like choose your own adventure style game, and I fucking loved it. It's kind of like well, kind of like that Telltale type things, but it's just text based. There's no there are sort of very basic visuals, but it's pretty much just literally reading a book, and you choose the dialogue options like the old remember the old choose your own adventure books of the day where you
Yeah,
go to
classic.
page 48,
Library, yeah.
go to page
Move
79
62 now.
option A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like that. How it's like you could have a massive different direction to different stories. It was quite fun.
I know why Mum can get me to read. Was just buying those books.
Yeah, I had I can't remember the name of it now, but a massive like fantasy one, and you had to keep track of your stats. And
Yes, I had
and
the
all that
same. You
sort
had
of
to
stuff.
write all of that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
there's-
loved it.
It
was
was
so
Ian
good.
something. Living? No.
Yeah, Ian Livingston was something, right? Yeah, but I can't remember the
Yes.
specific name of the book, but it was huge. Anyway, getting off the point, this is basically a digital version of that. So you read this thing, and it's effectively like go to page 6 or go to page 60 or whatever, and then the story progresses from there. And yes, it's just really enjoyable. Very. When I first started playing it was really late at night, and I was knackered after work, and I thought, oh fucking hell, I don't want to do any reading. And then I sat up for about 3 hours playing it because it was just very engaging. The writing's really good. It's very funny. It's sort of what's his name? H.P. Lovecraft.
I was going to say it
inspired.
gives me very. I was just seeing a character popped up and they had like tentacles for their beard. I was like,
Yeah.
that's very.
There's elements of his sort of style of like Cthulhu and weird like sea monsters and stuff. And again, it's all written down. There's very basic visuals, but most of it is written. And the story can go in all manner of directions. So I've played through, and I've got about about 5 or 6 endings at this point. Apparently, it's 27 to find.
Oh fuck.
And some of them, like the first one I got was you're in this town investigating the case of this missing girl, which is the Innsmouth case, and you're there to try and find her. And after things happen, you sort of end up in the parking lot, and you can escape the town. But you can either get in a car or you can try and walk. And I was like, I'll walk. So it's like, keep going, keep walking. And it's like, you're not getting anywhere. You keep passing the same signs. Keep walking. And eventually you just die of a heart attack because you just stress yourself out so much. just
You keep walking too much, yeah.
Yeah. And that was one of the ends. And I did it again. You got in the car, and then you escape to the city, and then you get like probably the worst ending because you escape and just abandon these people to themselves. And then there's like I said, there's 27 other ends to find, or total ends to find. And yeah, it's just the writing's really good. It's really entertaining. I was thinking of you, Ian, because I know you love visual novels. And it's sort of similar to that, but again with a lot of choice. But
I
yeah.
prefer ones of choice. Like I did one
Yeah.
ages ago, which kind of sounds similar, but very dumbed down. It was called Ord.
Oh yeah. Ord was really good. Yeah.
That was just really like it's just like you pick which options, like what option A, option B. It's like you just tell exactly what's going on, but it's so basic.
Yeah, Ord was like the distilled version of what this is. So that was literally like pick, one option out of 2. You got 3 letters, but this one there's a whole like page of text, and then you're like,
Yeah.
well, would you like to go this way, or would you go this way, or would you like to talk to this person, that person? And yeah, it's really entertaining. There's one scene in particular which I put in a review, which went up earlier on, where you go to an arcade because the Innsmouth is like a seaside town, and they have an arcade, and the music changes to sort of arcade, like like the typical just overbearing up music you'd hear in an arcade. And you've got several games to play from, one of which is called Boom, one of which is Mason of the Undead, which I enjoyed very much. They're all sort of puns on classic arcade style games. And as you pick each different one, the music changes. So if you pick Boom, which is obviously a reference to Doom, the music changes to sound like that proper, like the original remake Doom soundtrack with the really heavy. It just changes to match that. It's really good. And yeah, I very much enjoyed the story, and I'm going to play through some more endings because it only takes half hour or so to get through. You can once you've read each bit, you can skip through right to the choices. You don't have to read all the text all the time.
That's something I might try then.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Very good, very enjoyable. And like I said, my review's up now. And the other one I've been playing, slightly different and not really normally my cup of tea, but for some reason I got proper obsessed with it this weekend. It's just come to Game Pass, a game called Craftopia.
Oh yes, I've heard of this.
So it's kind of like Minecraft cross Zelda, if that makes sense. So it's one of the survival games. So you got to craft stuff, you got to mine items, you got to kill animals to get meat, and you got to look after your hunger and your warmth and your all that sort of gubbins, which I don't normally like. But for some reason, I think it's because it plays more like a traditional RPG. It's just really enjoyable. It's in game preview on Game Pass. But yeah, I played it for like 3 or 4 hours with my eldest daughter the other day, and we absolutely loved it. And they've been playing it this weekend.
Is it split screen or is it just?
No, we were playing it on the 2 different consoles. But the gist is you literally start with nothing, obviously, and you mine. You chop down trees and you mine rock and fish for fish and all this sort of stuff, and eventually you build up to where you get, as you're seeing in the trailer now, planes and boats and cars and guns and automated machines and stuff. And I haven't got anywhere near that far yet.
No,
but it's weird. It's really got its hooks in me. It's 4-player, I think. So hint, hint. Game Pass. But yeah, I think the way I'll get Graham invested in or interested in this, I should say, is it reminds me a lot of Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. Not because of necessarily like the way you're in a hub and you're sort of meeting people, but just the way it plays and the way it feels and the way it looks. As you can see again from the trailer, it looks very much like Breath of the Wild. Not as good as Breath of the Wild, but it's got that sort of semi-cell shaded aesthetic.
Yeah, I got a heavy Breath of the Wild sort of.
Yeah, and there's even the climbing mechanic from it. So if you jump onto a rock, you can climb your way up as long as your energy bar is filled up enough to do so.
It just made me laugh how it's like very old, like Zelda-esque, like all like the gliding and stuff. And all of a sudden there's a car just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, and again in the trailer you saw a second ago, there's skeletal dragons and tanks and snowboarding and stuff. And the very first world you start is pretty small, but there's a dungeon in it which you can go and fight the boss. And the idea is to find the dungeons on all these different islands surrounding it. And it's just a lot of fun. And again, not normally my cup of tea. It's still in game preview, so there's still not quite everything there. But yeah, I actually found myself wanting to come back to it yesterday to play it on my own.
Okay.
But the kids were playing on the Xbox, which meant I couldn't play it, which was upsetting. So I did something else instead. But very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. And yeah, I think Gray would like it a little bit at least. And probably Ian and Ross. And I know Dan ain't going to play because he's too busy finishing all these other games. But yeah.
Finishing.
Yeah. Highly recommended. Definitely worth checking out. And hopefully we could get to play it together at some point because
I'm keen. Well, it's quite fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely better, I found, on the PC than on the Xbox because the interface is basically a PC interface. So when you go into the menus, it's all trying to drag items into your hotbar and stuff is really awkward. Whereas on the PC, it's quick drag and drop.
Oh, okay, so download on the PC then.
Yeah, and even in the settings, it's you go into like the visual things and it gives you like options for resolutions or all these other stuff you'd normally only find on the PC. I know, I'm getting there. But yeah, very good. Very much enjoy Craftopia. So check it out on game preview on Game Pass.
Did this say it's better than? No, I was going to say it's better than Resident Evil.
Oh fuck no!
Don't get them on to that.
Fuck no. But very
Which
enjoyable.
Resident Evil is better?
Again, it surprised me with how much I enjoyed it, considering I'm not really into like Minecraft or Terraria or stuff like that.
No.
Yeah, very good, very enjoyable.
Check it out. Downloaded, so I will have this.
Yeah, check it out. Maybe we'll try it at some point this week.
Cool.
And with that, there's a few other games. Just very quickly, I'm going to have my review of Sonic Colors Ultimate up this week. I'm very much enjoying that so far as well. But I haven't finished it yet, so we should see.
Rank amongst your Sonics?
It's probably one of the better 3D ones, but it's certainly not as good as Sonic Mania.
That's good enough for me.
But yeah, well worth checking out. Okay, so let's get on to the next section of the segments of things. New to Game Pass, Ross.
So
would you like to
super lightning speed. Craftopia game preview September 2nd, console, PC, cloud. Final Fantasy.
That sounds like a good game.
Final Fantasy 13 September 2nd, console and PC. Signs of the Sojourner, whatever. September 2nd, console PC cloud. Surgeon Simulator 2, access all areas, September 2nd, console and cloud. Crown Trick, September 7th, PC and console. Breath Edge, September 9th, console, PC and cloud. Nuclear Throne, September 9th, console and PC. And The Artful Escape, September 9th, console, PC and cloud.
Happy days. Some interesting ones. I downloaded Surgeon Simulator as well, but I haven't had time to try it yet. So that'd be another fun one to try, I think. What about stuff leaving, Ian?
Leaving Game Pass at the moment, we've got Red Dead Online and Thornbreaker, The Witch's Tale, Hot Shot Racing, The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, and Forza Motorsport 7, which is also being delisted as
I was
well.
going to say that, yeah. So if you want your Forza 7, you best get in there quick, because after, was it the middle of this month?
Middle of this month, 15th, will be delisted as well. But it's still got physical versions if you are old school and got physical discs. Hot Shot Racing, definitely recommend playing. Really good game.
Oh, yes. Highly recommend that. Old school arcade style racer.
Yeah. Classical Daytona vibes.
Yes, exactly. And Graham, Games with Gold.
Yes, we're Games with Gold. We've got Warhammer Chaos Bane from September the 1st to the 30th. Mulaka from September the 16th to October the 15th. Zone of the Enders HD Collection from September 1st to the 15th, and Samurai Showdown from September the 16th to the 30th.
Lovely. So yeah, so again, some decent games there. Probably Zone of the Enders is one of the bigger ones, I would have thought, but go check them out. It's always free to download. You don't have to play them right now. And one day you might think, you know what, I feel like playing Mulaka, and then there you go. It's right there in your library. All right, so very quickly before we wrap these things up, we've got a word from our good friends at Online Warriors.
Hey everybody, this is Nerd Bomber here, one of the co-hosts of the Online Warriors podcast. Our weekly podcast started as a way for three friends to keep in touch and discuss their passion for movies, gaming, technology, and entertainment. And since then, we've grown into a fantastic online community. Every Wednesday, we release a new episode discussing the latest nerdy news, and then we go hands-on with our weekly adventures and a fun trivia show. Sound interesting? Check us out on every podcast platform, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or hit us up at onlinewarriorspodcast.com.
Oh.
Okay, so thank you very much. Go check them out. Wonderful little podcasts of all sorts of nerd culture stuff. And thank you very much, guys. All right, so that's about it for us here at Xbox Tavern on our Xpod Tavern episode 45. Thank you again for listening. If you made it this far, as we say, you are a fucking hero. You can follow us at Twitter on Twitter at Xbox Tavern. YouTube, youtube.com/Xbox Tavern official. Obviously, xboxtavern.com for all our written stuff and all our features and reviews. And you can find me at Enexan. You can find Graham.
Graham Reaper.
Ian.
Million exclamation man, Nutty Ray. Dollar man.
and Scottish Gruff Ross.
Chaotic 8389.
Thank you very much.
You
for listening.
changed.
I did,
He's
yes.
changed.
Oh, yeah, you changed.
Oh, you
Oh,
missed that last week, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I remembered.
I need to update the site, actually. Remind me to
Down with the kids now. Look at me.
Yes. But yes, thank you very much for listening.
Sex with.
I'm trying to end this. I'm sorry, Dan. I will get this done. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. It's been a pleasure, and we will see you again at 8-ish next Sunday night.
Thank you very much,
See you
guys.
later, folks.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.